Bueno, le damos la bienvenida a todas las personas que se empiezan a unir a este webinar informativo el día de hoy con King's College London, ubicado en Reino Unido. Este es un espacio fundamental si el proyecto académico y profesional que están empezando a planear en este 2025 está orientado y desarrollado para poderse materializar a través de una maestría o doctorado en esta gran universidad o en este gran destino en general. Este es un espacio ideal y fundamental si quieren resolver todas las dudas e inquietudes que quizás tengan en algún momento o incluso clarificar y profundizar la información que ya en muchos casos se contiene. Mucho gusto, mi nombre es Karen Martínez, yo hago parte del equipo de Relaciones Internacionales y Consejería Académica en Colfuturo y el día de hoy estoy muy bien acompañada con Rebecca OK. Ella es representante de King's College y nos va a brindar información sobre oferta académica, financiación, vida estudiantil y todas las demás recomendaciones que ella desde su experiencia y su experticia considere que les puedan resultar oportunas. Como bien sabrán, estos webinars informativos se están realizando en el marco de nuestra línea de convenios con las diferentes universidades alrededor del mundo y particularmente con King's College London tenemos un convenio que consta de ofrecer una beca del 20% en el valor de la matrícula para todos los beneficiarios de Colfuturo. Sin duda alguna es un gran beneficio que vale totalmente la pena aprovechar, así que nuevamente la invitación es a prestar suma atención a toda la información que nos va a suministrar en este caso Rebeca y asimismo poder dirigirle todas las inquietudes que nos surjan en el transcurso del webinar. Entonces, sin más preámbulos, Rebecca, thank you so much for being here today with COLFUTURO. We are so happy to have you here with us and you can go ahead and start your presentation.
Karen, thank you very much for your presentation and introduction, and thank you very much for this opportunity to present a little bit more about what happens at King's College London. So I'm Rebecca Oakey, and I'm the Dean for Doctoral Studies, which means I'm in an academic role looking after our PhD students. And my colleague, Dr. Nigel Eady, who's Director of Research Talent, is the professional service lead, and together we set the strategy and the direction of the doctoral college at King's College London. So today we're going to talk about the partnership between King's and COLFUTURO and discuss a little bit about what opportunities students can expect if they're interested in coming to King's. So King's has around 4,000 postgraduate research or doctoral students represented from around 185 countries. And we have a very large number of international students as part of our undergraduate and PGT, as well as PGR body at around 11,000. And they're distributed around 5 campuses in London. I'm going to show you this video, but it doesn't have the sound on, but it's only music, so that you can see the different places that we're based in London. So you can see from that we have a very broad range of campuses across lots of the sites of London, but they're mostly centered around central London. So why would you choose King's apart from it being in central London and having lots of things to look at while you're there? So we pride ourselves on world-leading education, research and service. So we do a really broad education where we look at all of the parts of the developing student journey and make sure that we are able to provide a really broad service for our students. The students really are serving the needs and aspirations of society in the wider world based on the strategy of King's and its areas of interest, and is playing a proactive role in an interconnected and complex world with its technical advances and the research in those areas. And I think we pride ourselves on developing students as critical thinkers to influence their future. And some of our disciplines have that at the heart of their mission. So as the video said, King's was established in 1829. It's a Russell Group university in the UK. That means it's in the top 10 of the universities in the UK. And we have alumni all over the globe. It's a very global embracing university. So the research that we do is very focused on innovation and information. So it's really focused on things that matter to the world, to people in the world. So we have cutting edge research facilities and libraries, as the video showed you. We have research portfolios across the sciences, health and humanities. We do lots of collaborative work in our collaborative research centres, making sure interdisciplinarity and multidisciplinarity is really focused on. And we also have really large numbers of international collaborations across research and education. So the student experience at King's is really one of our top priorities. We like to equip students with skills to develop insights and solutions for diverse challenges. We support you to do that through our support services, providing timely and useful information depending on your needs. We try and make sure that we can attract funding and resourcing to the student research environment and opportunities during the PhD. Training is a very, very important component of our mission in the doctoral college. We want to offer high quality personal, professional, academic, and career development opportunities, all of which are very well resourced in our doctoral college. And also, we really believe in community, a nurturing and collaborative and welcoming environment for all research students, so that we don't end up with silos of students who are not connected well with others. So our mission is equipping research students, and we do that through a function called the King's Doctoral College, which is there to provide support and community supervision, funding, research and development. We have a partnership component, as well as our doctoral training entities, which serve to provide lots of central resources for training of individual students who perhaps are not part of a cohort when they come into the university.
King's Doctoral College is a hub for everyone at King's who's involved in doctoral research, students, supervisors, and any other staff. When you start as a doctoral student at King's, you're automatically a member of King's Doctoral College, and you remain a member of the Doctoral College right through till after you leave, and in fact, for 2 years after. King's Doctoral College offers a whole range of different activities, lots of training and development and career support, and also access to numerous pots of funding, both to support yourself during your PhD and to make the most of it when you're here.
Every doctoral researcher will develop a huge range of skills during their PhD, but engaging with the type of training that they can get through the doctoral college helps them to prioritise, helps them to get advice from experienced professionals in those different areas, and it just makes sure that those skills develop in a more effective and efficient way.
I have attended numerous workshops on improving my writing skills, improving my critical thinking, as well as learning some coding, such as Python, R. The other important thing is that all of these are led by professionals in the field.
The single most important thing for any PhD student is their relationship with their supervisory team. We're involved in a lot of national projects around supervisor professional development and supervision quality, and that's because King's has been recognised as a place where great supervision happens.
The supervision I received at King's was very tailored to me as an individual. I was able to make my own decisions and I was never pushed. And the supervision really helped me along the PhD process to train as an independent researcher and scientist. The support from the King's Doctoral College helped me in going to present my research to peers internationally and also get a picture of the research field.
We know when you join King's, you'll quite soon start to think about what comes next. And our careers consultants will help you think through the wealth of different opportunities that you'll have once you finish your PhD.
We have a broad range of online resources on Keats. So things like sector information, how to write a CV, how to use LinkedIn and so on. Another part of our offering are bespoke events. We do them online and in person, supporting researchers to explore their interests. And then finally, one of the best ways that we can help you is in a one-to-one career guidance appointment, in which they can talk about anything really from what do I want out of my career through to supporting researchers with applications for fellowships or roles outside of academia.
We run a couple of big networking events and careers fairs where you can meet a range of different employers across all the different sectors. So if you're in the sciences, that might be industry and pharma. If you're in the arts and humanities, we have lots of cultural partners across London whom will help you connect with.
At King's, you don't only get a PhD, you get more than that. You are able to build a network and friendships for life, career advice, training opportunities, funding opportunities, all of which helps you get through the PhD and sets you up for a great career after.
Okay, so that's a summary of what we sort of value and share with our students at King's, and hopefully that gives you a flavour of the opportunities which are open to PhD students regardless of the discipline that they're involved, that they're focusing on when they come to King's. So the training, just to say a bit more about the training that we offer, obviously your supervisor and your supervisory team are going to be the people who deliver that really specialist knowledge and understanding of the topic that you want to explore more. But we also provide some really broad, useful tools and ways of working, and help you to get the most out of those interactions you have with those supervisors. We provide doctoral essentials to help you understand and navigate the whole journey, also navigating your career. And as the video said, we have career development options for you during your PhD and also for 2 years after you've graduated. We focus a lot on thriving in your research, so we like to cultivate a healthy, efficient, and effective procedures and practices. We are very interested in culture, ethics, and community to build collaborative, inclusive environments to work in. Our research methods and data skills, increasingly, whatever discipline you're in, there's data, there's AI, there's lots of things you need to know about how to use, how to get the best out of your data, and to maintain that integrity that is really important when handling lots of data. We help you to get better at speaking and presenting and communicate your research confidently to your audiences, whatever they might be. And obviously academic reading and writing to engage with literature and produce your own research, and publishing and generating impact. No research now is going to be funded or should be funded that doesn't demonstrate impact. And all research has impact. You just have to find out what it is and communicate that, whether it's within your discipline or well beyond academia. Both of those things are really important. And I think this is something which we are increasingly recognizing as being the product of your academic journey. So how to apply for a PhD at King's. Sometimes it can be a bit daunting. Sometimes you can just work it out yourself. But just to give you some suggestions, and you don't have to follow these pathways, but this is something that can help. You want to find out, what is your general area of interest? Science, technology, engineering, and maths, health, politics, economics, society, management, finance, and law, or arts and humanities. Lots and lots of different disciplines that contain areas of interest, which you should be able to map your areas of interest to quite easily. So within each of those areas, we have faculties and departments. So faculty is the big structure on top, and we have 9 of them, and they range from arts and humanities through to dentistry, oral and craniofacial sciences, and everything in between. So you map yourself onto a faculty. You look at those faculty web pages at the King's College London website. Within each faculty, there are lots of departments, and those departments are narrowing down further the discipline that you're interested in, whether here it's looking at regenerative medicine or dermatology or genetics. You're going to be able to refine your area down, and at that point, you're going to start to be able to find the names of people who are working on questions that you might be interested in studying. There's also a portal called Pure, which is available at the King's website, and it just helps you to find particular people or particular topics in a very focused way. You can just put your topic area or your disciplinary area or the person you've heard of or a student that you've heard of that came here before into that portal, and you should be able to find them, and that will help you to narrow down who you want to contact. We always think that writing an introductory email is really important, but sometimes they're a bit long or they're a bit brief or they're not very specific. So say what you're interested in. Say why you're interested in this person's research. Say where you're coming from. that you're going to apply for a program of support, that you need someone to co-develop, co-design your project together and help you to, really focus your application to the right place. So you've got the funder on board, you've got the supervisor on board. Ask for a Teams meeting and say why you're interested in that team. A personal statement is really helpful because it gives you evidence of your academic achievements, your past research, if you've done any placements or internships or presented something in your undergraduate degree. Why are you interested in this subject? And mention your commitment that you really want to develop this into your future career. It does not have to be long. Don't make a long-winded statement, but make it really central to the things that matter to you. So the research at King's is really broad. Obviously, we have a big focus on health and things that come out of the research. So let's say in the 2025, there's a new AI-powered app that aims to improve tropical skin disease detection. There are some new imaging techniques which allow much better precision imaging of inside the human body. Genetic tests for cancer have been developed that are much better than anything that's gone before and work early. AI in healthcare. There's lots of artificial intelligence in every topic, everything. And King's has got a big artificial intelligence institute. And for that, you can really see how it infiltrates healthcare, it infiltrates humanities, it's everywhere. So we need to learn to use it to the best of its ability. We have a very big focus on big data in healthcare, how to use health data records to inform on future health, and obviously infection, including pandemic kind of organisms such as COVID. There are lots of very specific tests that are focused on things like pediatric disorders, such as allergy, for example. In the law school, we have academic research that forms the landmark of International Court of Justice rulings on climate change, and lots of ways of rethinking about political issues all over the world. These are just sort of a taster of the kinds of things that you can be interested in. So with that, I will finish the share by just giving you the contact details of the King's Doctoral College. We have a website, we have a portal where you can make a contact and ask some questions, and we're certainly very, very interested in answering any questions after this webinar as well. So I'm going to stop the share and Karen will open up again to questions. Thank you very much for listening.
Perfect, Rebecca. Thank you so much to you for this amazing presentation and all the valuable information that you gave us today. So yes, we have the first question is about, in general, in Masters and PhD, do you require a specific GPA to be admitted in the programs?
So most programs have a specific requirement. So we don't use GPA in the same way, but we have people who map those GPAs onto what's in the British system called a 2-1 or a first class degree. Yeah. So they will be looking for a 2-1, which is, I can't remember what there's so many details. It's much easier to just, if you look up the system, it will be mapped across. And that will also depend on the country that the university is in, the university quality. But yes, there are entry requirements for PhDs and there are entry requirements for master's programs as well.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And then the other question is we have another question more from Marcela, and she says, when will the registration period for the 2026-2027 academic year open?
Okay, for postgraduate research for doctoral students, it's very program dependent. There are 3 entry time points for research students. There's October, there's February, and there's June. So lots of students start in October, but other students start in February and June, and that will depend on the funding cycle. So if you get a funding for your PhD and it's not in our cycle, we have 3 entry points and we'll just take you at the next one. So that's very fluid. For PGT, it's quite specific and it will be October start point. So those those entry points will be documented on the specific program that you're interested in. So they'll have their timetable according to their discipline.
Okay, that's perfect, Rebecca. Thank you. Rebecca, we can ask to you if you can give us like advice or recommendations to the motivational letter that people have to do for master and PhD programs.
So the motivational letter. So I think the clarity of that letter is really going to be important. We do see lots of students just putting something into ChatGPT and getting something nice out, and you know they're easy to read, but they're all the same as everybody else's because they've learned from each other, right? So I think one of the things that's really important is to say why you are interested in this course, this university, this discipline. It doesn't mean to say you have to bear all and say, well, your auntie had a particular cancer, so you want to work on it. That's not really, that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for you. I'm really interested in understanding how cells divide and why they undergo uncontrolled cell division. And I love genetics. And I've got this fantastic teacher in my undergraduate, and then lead it on to something that sounds like that you're genuine. And it doesn't need to be long. It just needs to be incredibly motivated and you. It just needs to describe you. And I think people underestimate how important you coming out in your personal statement is.
Perfect. Thank you, Rebecca. And the last question that we have is, how many times do you recommend that people arrive to UK before the start of the classes?
Oh, they don't need to come. No, I mean, there's an induction period. You don't want to miss the induction, and you should have already got everything sorted out for where you're going to live and what's going to happen, but you don't have to come ahead of time. It's
okay.
Choice.
Okay, that's perfect. So, well, Rebecca, we don't have any more questions for you, but thank you again for this grateful presentation, and I hope to see you in the next opportunity.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Take care.
Okay.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Gracias a todos los asistentes por su permanencia en la sesión. Pronto les enviaremos la grabación de la misma para que puedan retomar algunos puntos importantes del webinar. Que estén muy bien.